When these Fox News anchors were on television, they were the center of attention and had it all. However, a startling incident led to their instant termination, forcing them to leave the Fox News industry. Following a string of unexpected scandals, controversies, and conspiracies, the Fox News anchor was let go. Carlson Tucker. Let's begin with the most recent incident that shook Fox News, which is also one of the most stunning. One of Fox News's biggest primetime stars was Tucker Carlson. Millions of people watched Tucker Carlson Tonight on a regular basis. Approximately 3 million people watched his show every night in its later years. Tucker's approach blended provocative commentary, conspiracy theories, cultural reframing, and contentious viewpoints on topics of feminism, immigration, racism, and political elites. On Fox News, he swiftly rose to prominence as a cultural figure and had a significant impact on conservative politics and media. Fox News capitalized on his fame, and while many viewed him as a celebrity, several detractors still viewed him negatively. They appear to have been correct, as the Fox News anchor was sacked in April 2023 as a result. Fox News quickly fired Tucker Carlson and canceled his show. The network didn't provide a thorough explanation for their decision, instead releasing a brief statement that said something like, "We appreciate his service." There were numerous stories and conjectures regarding Tucker's termination almost immediately after it occurred. It is interesting to note that Fox fired Tucker Carlson for a variety of reasons rather than a single one. The Dominion voting system's slander case was one of the primary causes, which caused Tucker Carlson to go afoul of Fox News. Fox News and Dominion reached a $787.5 million settlement in a significant defamation lawsuit. The courts found numerous court-related internal documents and private text messages during that litigation process. According to these texts, Tucker Carlson had criticized the network's direction and made derogatory comments about Fox executives and co-workers. Even while on broadcast, he questioned the public's claims of election fraud in his texts, occasionally endorsing or defending them while typically disparaging his Fox colleagues. Following the 2020 election, he said that he detested Donald Trump and that we were very close to being able to ignore him most nights. "I really can't wait." Tucker acknowledged supporting the mob and claimed seeing a video of Trump supporters assaulting an Antifa child in one censored text exchange. "Jumping a guy like that is definitely dishonorable," he wrote. "White men don't fight like that." Additionally, Tucker Carlson bemoaned in messages that he was becoming less credible in the eyes of the public. He questioned the senior management of Fox News, but that wasn't all. Tucker Carlson was sued by his former co-worker in addition to having his text conversations made public during the Dominion voting system slander case. Tucker Carlson Tonight's former producer and senior booker, Abby Grossberg, filed complaints alleging that the show operated in a misogynistic workplace. She asserted that the female employees were frequently excluded from significant meetings and that the male employees made disparaging remarks about women. According to Grossberg, the culture of the workplace normalized objectifying and demeaning women, and women on the team were also assigned to less desirable tasks or lower positions. She also claimed that Nancy Pelosi had insulted and disparaged women in her workplace, as well as posted pictures of herself in sexual poses. Additionally, Grossberg said that when she voiced her concerns, the supervisors rejected them, stating that "this is Tucker's tone, that's just how the show goes." Tucker appears to have been supporting this type of atmosphere. Many of Tucker Carlson's text conversations were made public after this Fox News anchor was dismissed. He frequently used aggressive, derogatory, obscene, and **** language, according to the texts. He used the C word in internal communications with a senior Fox News executive, according to the texts. He used aggressive words to disparage Sidney Powell and other males. In his writings, he even referred to women as being incredibly primitive. It appears that this Fox News anchor was fired for not getting along with his supervisors and co-workers in addition to the texts and lawsuits. Tucker Carlson consistently presented himself as superior to the network and occasionally promoted stuff that caused controversy and worried advertisers. He was actually a liability in terms of legal exposure and advertising pushback, according to some Fox officials. They were also concerned that Fox News's brand may suffer greatly if some of his texts were made public once more. Following the firing of Fox News presenter Tucker Carlson, viewers recalled the startling controversy in which two Fox News stars were fired consecutively. The scandal between Roger Ailes and Gretchen Carson. Gretchen Carson, a former employee of CBS who joined Fox News in 2005, was the catalyst for it all. She joined Fox and Friends as a co-host. She became more well-known inside the network over time, eventually landing her own program, The Real Story with Gretchen Carson. She had a reputation for being ambitious and was well known for her aggressive interviewing style. However, Fox News immediately fired Gretchen Carlson after she had worked there for 11 years. Viewers and fans started to wonder why, wondering if there was something secret. The explanation was revealed in a lawsuit Gretchen filed a week later, claiming that she was fired in retaliation for defying a prominent man. Gretchen brought a lawsuit against Fox News CEO Roger Ailes. She accused him of ing harassment, unlawful firing, and retribution for her complaints, among other things. She leveled extremely precise accusations. She disclosed, for example, that Ailes had told her in a meeting, "I think you and I should have had a ing relationship a long time ago, and then you'd be good and better, and I'd be good and better." In his office, he allegedly instructed her to turn around so he could see her behind. Made remarks about her legs and advised her to dress provocatively. Gretchen also said that she was branded a man-hater at work and that Ailes advised her to get along with the boys when she complained about or Y behavior. Gretchen's career was destroyed after she complained and turned down his advances. She was demoted from Fox and Friends, a well-known morning show, to a less desirable time slot, and she also experienced pay reductions, less high-profile interviews, and network marginalization. This ultimately led to the Fox News anchor's termination. Naturally, Fox News and Roger Ailes refute every allegation. They asserted that Gretchen's termination was due to low ratings during her time slot rather than harassment or rejection of approaches. Naturally, this was difficult to believe because Gretchen's lawyers had evidence showing her audience had grown year. Despite being transferred to a less advantageous time slot and being turned down for support and promotions, she was still doing well. However, the case paved the way for a more extensive scandal. Many more women came forward with accusations against Ailes after Gretchen's concerns were made public, accusing him of inappropriate behavior and ing harassment. Roger Ailes was compelled to leave Fox News due to the increasing pressure. Only a couple weeks following Gretchen's lawsuit filing, Gretchen Carlson had to get a settlement from Fox News that included a public apology and payment of about $20 million. Although this was as good as owning up to the mistake, this is not the only Fox News host that lost their job due to Roger Ailes. Tantaros, Andrea. At Fox News, Andrea Tantaros was a well-known anchor. From political analyst and unpaid contributor to full-time host, she advanced through the ranks. Her manner was typical of a Fox News personality, and she eventually co-hosted The Five until being outnumbered. Andrea began making some quite severe accusations in 2015 or 2016. According to her, Roger Ailes, the influential CEO of Fox News, made offensive remarks and propositions. He had, for example, asked her to turn around so he could see you clearly and find out if she intended to get married and start a family. She further claimed that she was forced to expose her legs and wear specific provocative clothing in order to conform to beauty standards. She complained to upper management, but they all disregarded her. Andrea also stated that she was transferred from a more well-known show, The Five, to a less well-known and lower viewing time slot, Outnumbered, as a kind of reprisal for reporting the abuse. She was let go by 2016. In her case, she characterized Fox News as a fueled, Playboy Mansion-like cult, citing a culture of misogyny, intimidation, and immorality in addition to her harassment claims. However, Fox News refused to acknowledge any of the allegations, claiming that she was fired for breaching her contract rather than for harassment or retaliation. Tantaro's publication of her book, Tied Up in Knots, How Getting What We Wanted Made Women Miserable, was the main specific contract issue mentioned. She did not submit an outline or timeline, and the cover art, which featured her arms tied over her head in a way the network deemed provocative, was revealed without first obtaining the necessary prior approval from Fox executives. Fox also attempted to have her lawsuit sent to arbitration, claiming that they could only settle matters in private and not in public court according to her contract. They referred to her as an opportunist and said that her case was full of lies. Thus, in April 2016, Fox formally fired Andrea Tantaros for contract violations. However, she sued Fox News, Roger Ailes, and several high-ranking officials, including Bill Shine, Suzanne Scott, Irina Briganti, and Deanne Brandy, a few months later. Despite being fired, Andrea's contract was still in effect for a while. She was paid even when she was off the air, and her contract wasn't immediately cancelled. Rudy Backfier was also sacked due to accusations of assault made against Roger Ailes and other Fox News executives. She is an Iranian-American journalist with a strong reputation, particularly in foreign reporting, who worked at CNN before Fox. She began working as a general correspondent for Fox News Channel in 2006. She covered a number of high-profile international events, including Saddam Hussein's trial and execution, as well as the meeting between Mahmoud Ahmadinejad of Iran and Nouri al-Maliki of Iraq. These prominent assignments for international news enhanced her qualifications. Following a 6-month freelance and part-time contributor agreement, Rudy signed a 3-year contract with Fox. Opportunities for promotion, such as the opportunity to establish a permanent base in Washington, D.C., were part of the agreement. Rudy made some startling charges in late 2006. Brian Wilson, who was then being promoted to the position of bureau chief in Washington, reportedly showed interest in advancing her career and proceeded to make unwelcome, disgusting advances. She claims that he specifically said to her, "You know how I feel about you," and offered to show her her hotel room, but she refused. She also accused Roger Ailes of acting inappropriately, which led to her being sacked as another Fox News anchor. In order for him to see her legs, he has instructed her to stand. She experienced pressure about beauty, such as being told to do things that Roger truly enjoyed and being given miniskirts to wear. Every time she turned down the advances, it had a detrimental effect on her career. After she turned down Brian Wilson Fox, they began reassigning her to less important tasks, such as tabloid-style items. They also minimized her achievements and barred her from doing bureau work in Washington. She was abruptly sacked after filing an internal complaint with HR. However, Fox maintained that her termination was not due to whole assault. According to their official explanation, "John Moody doesn't think you're a good reporter, she wasn't doing well, and her reporting wasn't up to par." Rudy rejects that, claiming that the true reason was revenge for complaining and turning down the approaches. Accordingly, she was let go in 2007 on the grounds of a purported performance decision. Following that, her attorney filed a formal complaint with Fox, citing quid pro quo, a hostile workplace, and retribution. Confidential mediation was used in this instance. A mediator decided in Rudy's favor, directing Fox News to reimburse her for her legal bills as well as the $670,000 that was left on her 3-year contract. She was prohibited from discussing the specifics in public for years as part of the settlement. She didn't say much until Gretchen Carlson filed a public complaint against Roger Ailes. She says she had a hard time finding similar on-camera or televised opportunities after leaving Fox. Off-camera work, public relations, producing, and eventually reporting or producing for Reuters, radio hosting, and other endeavors became her primary focus. Henry ed. In 2020, our next Fox News host was dismissed following a startling misconduct incident. Before joining Fox News in 2011, Edward Michael Ed Henry Jr., a seasoned American journalist, worked for CNN. He became a White House correspondent for Fox. He was elevated to important positions throughout time, such as chief national correspondent. He became a well-known Fox News anchor after being promoted to co-host America's Newsroom with Sandra Smith. However, everything took a turn for the worst in June 2020 when Fox News received a complaint alleging deliberate sexual misconduct in the workplace from a former employee's lawyer. They mentioned something that had happened years before. To look into the claims, an outside law firm that had never worked with Fox News previously was brought in right away. Henry was suspended and relieved of his on-air responsibilities the same day the complaint was received. The Fox News host was let go a week later. According to Fox News, the investigation yielded enough evidence to support Ed Henry's termination. Naturally, though, Henry disputed the accusations in public remarks and predicted his future vindication. The lawsuit followed his termination. filed by former Fox Business producer Jennifer Eckhart. In addition to harassing her and threatening to take revenge when she disobeyed his requests, she said that Henry had sexually assaulted her in 2017. She said he forced her and groomed her. Cathay Aru, another complainant, also charged Henry with inappropriate behavior and sending unsolicited texts and pictures. Ed Henry, however, refused to accept his dismissal. He recorded a lawsuit alleging defamation against Fox and its CEO. He said it was libel for Fox to publicly describe his termination as the result of deliberate sexual misconduct. He said Fox had damaged his reputation. Additionally, he claimed that although Fox claimed to have carried out a comprehensive examination, they allegedly disregarded or hid potentially refutable evidence. The accusations. The lawsuit against Jennifer Eckhart was resolved in 2025. She charged him with serious wrongdoing, such as demands and coercion. Although Henry refuted all of these allegations, the case raised awareness of other connected scandals at Fox News, such as the one involving Roger Ailes. Additionally, a lot of viewers recalled another startling scandal, which featured Fox News anchor Bill O'Reilly. Bill O'Reilly, one of the biggest stars on Fox News, was Bill O'Reilly. The most popular primetime cable news program at the time was his program, The O'Reilly Factor. He was frequently contentious with guests and acquired notoriety for his tough interviewing approach. In addition to his strong conservative views, O'Reilly used aggressive rhetoric, culture war framing, and a combination of opinions and comments. His book series made him a best-selling author and made him a household celebrity among Fox fans. His image was crucial to Fox's reputation. Therefore, when the Fox News anchor was sacked in April 2017, many viewers were taken aback. A story in the New York Times that contained some unexpected information served as the initial catalyst. O'Reilly or Fox had settled with 5 women for up to $13 million due to S***T or other claims. Due to these accusations, advertisers began to distance themselves from the O'Reilly Factor, and scores of them pulled out. Even 21st Century Fox, Fox's parent corporation, requested that the same legal firm that looked into Roger Ailes look into the claims. They then made the decision to cancel O'Reilly's show and dismiss him. According to Fox's official statement, the business and Bill O'Reilly have decided that O'Reilly will not be returning to the Fox News channel after carefully and thoroughly reviewing the claims. As anticipated, O'Reilly maintained the accusations were baseless and denied any misconduct. He attributed his dismissal to pressure from advertisers, liberal groups, political rivals, and the media. He openly defended his innocence, claiming that his dismissal was a political and financial ploy and implying that the decision was influenced by several parties. After being sacked, he started or increased other media endeavors, such as his podcast, No Spin News. However, it appears that O'Reilly had a deal that paid him a substantial sum of money, roughly $25 million annually. There were provisions in his contract that permitted termination under specific conditions. Despite being suspected of impersonating Chris Stierwalt, he received a sizable payoff after leaving according to the contract. Last but not least is Chris Stierwalt, a Fox News anchor who was let go following an unexpected scandal. He began working for Fox News in July 2010 as a reporter and political news commentator. He eventually rose to the position of political editor at Fox, where he was a crucial on-air analyst of polls, voting patterns, and desk calls for election night decisions. He had a reputation for being composed. Data-driven analysis that frequently explains election mechanics, such as how trends change or what happens when votes fall in particular precincts. Alongside Dana Perino, he co-hosted the podcast Perino and Stierwalt, I'll Tell You What. However, many of his supporters were surprised when Fox News fired Chris in 2021. Fox asserted that his dismissal was a component of a larger corporate reorganization, particularly following the 2020 presidential election. Around the same time, other long-term workers were also let go. In addition to this reorganization, Stierwalt was sacked for another startling reason. On election night, he was a member of Fox's decision desk and made one of the first calls for Arizona to go to Joe Biden. President Donald Trump and many of his fans were incensed by that call. Fox was under pressure from certain viewers and political officials to rescind the call. Stierwalt publicly and on live defended the call. Critics accused the network of abandoning Trump's storyline, which put him in the crosshairs. Following this projection, he experienced pressure from inside and criticism from the audience. He became the object of significant criticism from Trump fans, some of whom accused Fox of bias and cover-ups. According to Stierwalt's later writings, Fox executives might have believed that his on-air demeanor or the network's choice to stick with the data-driven call rather of caving in to political pressure had alienated a portion of its viewership. He later worked in the media as News Nation's political editor, where he wrote and openly discussed how his dismissal was more than just a reorganization. These Fox News anchors were ousted after major scandals. Whether it was retaliation or being accused of ing wrongdoing. Additionally, some were expelled for their political remarks. Which anchors do you think shouldn't have been fired? Please share your opinions in the comments section. We appreciate you viewing this video, and we hope to see you in the next one.